Sparring Club is coming. November 14th, London. Mark your diary. See you there, you f***ing tart.
Boxing King Media weigh-in just done. Eddie Hearn is still here grafting away. But Eddie, you went viral last night. But before we speak about yesterday, the weigh-in, you pick up anything from that? Connor's coming heavier than the first time. EUBANK's coming lighter.
Yeah, I mean, not just that, the scales were on up there. The board put the scales on, and Conor Benn weighed 167 pounds, and Chris EUBANK was 165, which is amazing that he's only put on 5 and a bit pounds. And so what that tells me is EUBANK's in great shape. I mean, they both are, but I think EUBANK's done the weight right this time. He makes 160 comfortably like he has this time, and you know, when he does it right, that's what happens. So he's ready for action tomorrow night. They both are. I think it's going to be a great fight.
We saw the undercard. I saw you looking with the intrigue with Adam Azim and Kurt Scooby. Is that all talk? Is there going to be any smoke behind what Scooby's doing?
I don't know anything about Kurt Scooby, to be honest with you. Some people say he's a good fighter, strong kid. Adam's a very good talent as well. I mean, he's talked a brilliant game, Kurt Scooby, which I love, and it's made the fight a lot more interesting. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I expect Adam to be too good for him, but again, I don't know enough about Kurt Scooby, so I can't really comment. But he looks game, and I think it hopefully be a good fight.
You guys are fun. I would have preferred watching Adam versus Jack Catterall as the co-main event personally.
Been up for that, but obviously different weights now as well. Jack's made the move to 147, but Adam's a good fighter. But I think this kind of experience is good for him because I don't really know Adam. He seems like a very nice, respectful young man, but a young man. Do you know what I mean? So like this is the first time I think someone's actually stuck it on him like this, and I think it'll be a really good experience for him.
I think Ryland Charlton did a little bit.
It's a different stage.
Yeah, definitely. So let's talk about yesterday. That video yesterday of yours has gone viral. It's done millions of views everywhere, especially on TikTok. But most people are believing what he's saying, but there's some saying, how do we know Eddie Hearn is telling the truth about this driver and you having to pay him? So what proof have you got, Eddie?
What I did was I made up the whole story just for a laugh. I don't really care about the story. I just know what Chris EUBANK Senior is all about because I will never forget that moment. You know, like my dad was best man at his wedding. My dad has told me growing up that he would take a bullet for that man. That's how he felt about them. And he asked me for an appearance fee to go to my dad's 60th birthday. I'll never forget it. I'm going to fucking make it up. I mean, I'd have to be some man to make up that story. I actually said no, but I ended up paying for his driver. And I was actually on the dance floor in the marquee, and the security outside were calling me, saying Chris EUBANK's waiting for his money outside for the driver. So I had to go out and give him 300 quid.
Oh, was that how much it was? 300?
300 quid for the driver, yeah, up from Brighton.
Oh, was it like a fancy car?
Remember, Merc, I was like, whatever, I don't know. But that, I didn't mind. But to ask for an appearance fee, I thought was unbelievable front. But that is EUBANK. He's just like, and sometimes I'll say to my dad, I can't stand that geezer, and he'll go, son, EUBANK's EUBANK. You know. So even to this day, my old man find it difficult to say a bad word about him. You know why? It's called loyalty.
Chris, obviously, regards to this event, he said that he was lying about him getting paid for the first fight appearance, all that kind of stuff. I think there was, you never said it, but I think there was like hints towards that. There was a bit more to it.
He was referring to what Nigel Benn said when they were on TalkSport. I mean, all I know is, as we understand it, Turkey Al Sheikh made it happen. I hope he didn't get paid. I hope it was all out of the love of his heart. But what you can't do is you couldn't say, I would not take that money because I am a man of integrity.
Last one, Sky Sports were involved in the first fight. Obviously, they're not this time. How much of an effect do you think they'll have on the pay-per-view numbers? Like, obviously, it's going to be less, but how much less do you think it'll be?
Much. I mean, they've been covering it. They're here tonight. The Zone is becoming bigger and bigger platform. Obviously, if you've got the choice, some will just go with Sky, some will go with DAZN. If you haven't got the choice, it's all on DAZN. You're going to get a lot more subscribers on DAZN. So if you think about the business of it, why would you want to give Sky 300,000 pay-per-view buyers when, all right, maybe you could do 250 of those or 220 of those, but they're all new subscribers and some you're welcoming new customers to the platform. So it's about building subscriber base, which DAZN are doing fantastically well. So they don't really want to share back in the day where they weren't a big platform, it was quite important to share the pay-per-view. But actually now it doesn't really make that much difference.
Good stuff. That makes sense. Last one, you've announced some shows today. I'll let you sell them because Last Man Standing stands out for me.
Yeah, it's for me, well, definitely the best start that we've had to a year for many years. It's just the start of what we're doing in 2026. We're coming out red hot. Andy Cruz against Murataya for the world title in Las Vegas, January 24th is a great start in America. Huge chance for Andy Cruz. Murataya is a very good fighter. January the 31st is kind of one against the head. Josh Kelly, we re-signed, and he's taking on the absolute beast, Muratayev. The first world championship fight in the Northeast for over 10 years. Massive chance for Josh Kelly to become world champion. And February the 21st, of course, as you said, last man standing, win or retire, really. Josh Warrington rematch in Leewood at the Nottingham Arena, the Bad Blood rematch. I'm glad it's finally happened. First fight was a classic. And a week later, for me, one of the best fights in boxing. Navarrete against Nunes, the big Mexican unification fight in Arizona. So just the start of January and February, but so much more to come. This is going to be the best year of boxing we've ever had.
Eddie, thank you for coming back. I managed to drag you back because I completely forgot to ask you about the big story today. Joseph Parker testing positive for cocaine. I don't know if you can tell me from past experiences, Class A drugs, what role that has in being performance enhancing for a start.
Not performance enhancing drugs, but it's an interesting one with WADA because out of competition, it is not a banned substance, and in competition it is. In competition in boxing under the WADA rules, and particularly under the UCAD rules, is only the night of the fight. So I don't know if the test was on the night of the fight. If it was, there's a problem. Look, I think it's not my fighter, it's not my show. So people have asked me all day. I love Joseph Parker. I think he's such a nice bloke. So I want to give him the chance to make a statement and talk to people about what, why, how. I don't know, but. Obviously, it's a problem, and hopefully it can be resolved. But yes, in competition is the night of the fight.
Got a trick question for you. Would the British board ever okay Jake Paul and AJ fighting in this country, do you think, based on some of the arguments people are putting out there?
Borderline, maybe not, but they haven't got to worry about that because it's not taking place in this country.
Does that mean it's taking place?
Might do, yeah, but it definitely ain't taking place in this country if it happens.
Sparring Club is coming. November 14th, London. Mark your diary. See you there, you f***ing tart.